My name is Long. I'm 36, single, and right now I don't own a house, I don't own a car, and I don't have a job to wake up for anymore. Not long ago, I was a marketing manager at an online news company. It was a solid job. $1,000 a month, enough to live on without stressing too much. Then, in late 2025, the company hit financial trouble and started cutting staff. My marketing team went from 5 people down to 2. I was one of the 3 who got let go. I used to own a car too, for getting around the city. I sold it right after the layoff. Better to bank the cash than keep paying for something I might not need for a while, especially with no idea how long a while would end up being. Right now, I'm renting an apartment with 3 roommates for $400 a month. The building's pretty old and sits at the budget end of the market, which is why the rent looks like a steal. A basic 270 square foot studio in Hanoi already runs about $200 a month these days. So a 2-bedroom like this one, for that price, it's a no-brainer. But cheap always comes with a catch. First, the location. Floor 26 out of 27. In upscale buildings, the higher you go, the more expensive it gets. That's penthouse territory. In budget buildings, it's the opposite. No dedicated express elevator, so waiting for a ride up can eat a huge chunk of your day. And if anything ever goes wrong, an earthquake, a fire being 26 floors up, is a very different situation than being on the ground level. The building is pushing 10 years old, and everything inside shows it. The kitchen range hood is loud enough to be its own personality trait. The wooden cabinet doors are loose, pushed too hard, and something's coming off its hinges. The clothesline out on the balcony rusted out completely. So we ended up buying a cheap $20 dryer online. It works, but it's nowhere near as good as just hanging clothes out in the sun. And this drawer, it just slides itself open, no matter how many times you push it shut. Pure magic. This is my room, which I share with one roommate. Just a double bed, a pretty oversized wardrobe, and a vanity table. Hanoi's air quality has been rough lately, so my roommate and I split the cost on a Samsung air purifier. It looks big and legit, but it only cost about $150. Because it's a second-hand unit imported from India. Honestly, I have no idea if it actually works. But basically, every household in Hanoi has one of these things now, so I'm going to assume it does something. At the very least, it's better than just breathing in whatever's floating around outside. The bathroom is nothing special, same story as every other room. Everything's aged, and you can feel the drop in performance. The shower head leaks a little, but we've all just decided that's fine. When you sign up for cheap rent, you sign up for the understanding that nothing in the apartment is going to be in great shape. If we want anything fixed or replaced, we have to notify the landlord and cover the cost ourselves, so unless something breaks so badly it's unusable, we just live with it. The kitchen's like any other budget kitchen: an electric stove, a small aging fridge, a water filter, and that impossibly loud range hood, which is honestly the main reason I've basically stopped cooking. But my favorite part of this whole apartment is the balcony. From here you can see the fancier part of the city in the distance. A neighborhood built for people with real money, seriously expensive. I'll take you there sometime. Out on the balcony, my roommates planted a few small plants, just enough greenery to make the place feel less like concrete and steel. This complex has 4 buildings, all built back in 2017. Walking through the ground floor in the morning is actually pretty pleasant. Open and breezy. Every building has a small convenience store at the base, which is great for quick errands. Though prices here run noticeably higher than at a traditional local market. There's also a small playground for kids, with a slide, a seesaw, and a few outdoor workout machines. You might be wondering why the neighborhood right around here looks like one giant construction site. The answer: this whole area is part of a road widening project meant to ease traffic. Houses sitting right along the road are being relocated elsewhere. This is happening all over Hanoi right now. In 2026 alone, hundreds of thousands of households are being relocated to make way for new bridges and roads. In the short term, that means the city's air is dustier and dirtier than usual, but in a few years, these same streets will be wide, modern, and clean, and the whole city will look completely different. So, if you're planning a trip to Hanoi anytime soon, bring a mask and a jacket. This is going to be a dusty trip, literally. And finally, I can't wrap this up without talking about sidewalk iced tea. Trada. You'll find it on almost every street corner here. It's a real melting pot. Students, office workers, police officers, even the occasional celebrity all end up on the same plastic stools. At a Trada stand, you genuinely never know who you're going to run into. People love it because it's fast and cheap. Under 20 cents a cup. The recipe couldn't be simpler. Tea and ice, nothing else. That's it. That's the entire national iced tea experience on a hot day. And you can't talk about Tradar without mentioning Thuk Lao, a strong, traditional water pipe tobacco that's smoked alongside it. It's one of those experiences that's equal parts fascinating and genuinely intense. And honestly, it might be the closest thing to an authentic, unfiltered taste of everyday life in Vietnam.